In this case brief, I have Erb versus Iowa. Facts of this case. Richard Erb was an art teacher at Nishna Valley Community School. He became involved in an extramarital affair with Margaret Johnson, a fellow colleague at the school. Margaret's husband, Robert Johnson, filed a complaint against Erb. He hoped for Erb's removal from the school. The board voted 5-4 in favor of revoking Erb's teaching certificate. During the trial, the board refused to allow Erb's attorney to cross-examine any witnesses in support of Mr. Erb's character and his fitness to teach. Finally, the trial court held that Erb's adulterous affair was sufficient enough to revoke his teaching certificate and annulled the writ. Erb appealed the decision and contended that the board acted illegally in denying his right to cross-examine witnesses, failed to make findings whether he was not morally fit to teach. Some of the questions/issues of this case. Should a teacher's personal mistakes be a deciding factor in whether they are fit to teach? The holdings of this case. The first trial court held Erb's admitted adulterous conduct was sufficient bias for revocation of his certificate and annulled the writ. Since the board made no findings, there was no way to determine what interpretation the board gave to its statutory authorization to revoke the certificate of one not morally fit to teach. There was no clear evidence that provided the findings because evidence presented show Erb to be a teacher of exceptional merit. The court did find that the board failed to make findings of facts and therefore the board acted illegally. Some of the legal rationale. This case was important because it showed that what is happening in the teacher's personal life, as long as it's not illegal, should not be a factor when deciding if a teacher can perform their job. If a teacher's actions outside of the school are not affecting their teaching duties, then those actions should have no bearing in determining if the teacher is an effective teacher. I think that teachers need to be conscious of how our actions in and out of the classroom may affect our students. First, we should not partake in any activity that causes us not to be able to perform our jobs at the highest standards. Second, we need to remember that we are role models for our youth that we serve. Under the Code 260.23, a certificate can be revoked only upon a showing before the board of reasonable likelihood that a teacher's rendition in the profession will adversely affect the school community. There was no evidence of such adverse effects in the present case. No one even asserted such an effect. The complainant himself acknowledged his purpose was to remove Erb from the school rather than from teaching. The evidence showed Erb to be a teacher of exceptional merit. He is a dedicated, hardworking, and effective. There is no evidence to show his affair with Margaret Johnson had or is likely to have an adverse effect upon his relationship with the school administration, fellow teachers, the student body, or the community.